Hello everybody. I don't know how long this video will be, but I just want to bring an idea of how to make a simple face mask to you for the mask shortage for the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, the mask, and what people fail to realize, the mask isn't necessarily to protect you. It is to keep your germs in with you and you not spread them out. Now, if everybody did that, then nobody's germs would be getting out to other people. So that's the importance of the mask, and that is where the other countries have been seeing the rapid downfall has been when the biggest part of the population was wearing masks. Now, we know about asymptomatic carriers. And asymptomatic carriers, they found in a study, there's studies starting to come out now from what they have found in the other countries, but primarily in China and Italy, they have found that asymptomatic carriers, the viral load in them is quite high. And that is what is getting out to people. Now, they don't experience the illness, but they are spreading the contagion. Then there is pre-symptomatic illness. So 3 days before symptoms start, there is a high viral load that the people are carrying. Now, in those viral loads that are being carried, you don't have any symptoms, so you're going around. You may even be a little achy, but you're spreading this. And that's what we've got to get under control so that we flatten the curve and we don't overwhelm our medical system, because that's where the highest number of deaths are coming from, is not necessarily from the disease itself, but because doctors can't get to people. And in America, we're great. We have great medical system, but if we overwhelm them, then what happens? So that's just a short little thing about the COVID. But here's how to make a mask really easy. Now, depending on the size of what you're using, and I did this to not have a pattern, so you're not cutting and you're not trying to match pieces together. So this one I made out of a bandana that I have just folded a certain way to maximize its use and to be the same size as this mask. Now, to show you what I did, I'm using just a regular dinner napkin. I bought a whole bunch of napkins for my daughter's wedding, and what she didn't use, I brought back home because I knew I could make crafts out of it. So, what I'm going to show to you is how I did this. So, first of all, and you just have to work with your fabric however you can. But what you want to do is you want to fold it up once. So what you're doing is you're making a little pocket right there. And then you fold this down so that there's also a little pocket right here. Now, I don't think I have one over here handy. But what I actually used, well, I'm just going to go with it one. I'm sorry about that. Y'all know don't always quite have all my chickens in a row. Well, I've been wearing this mask for 3 days because, again, it is to keep my germs from other people, not the reverse. So I am very careful on how I put it on and put it off, but you can see I've got a little makeup on it. But what I did was I cut where the little bendy part is, the nose piece, and I pulled that out. Well, all it was a twist tie like that. It's just a little twist tie. Now, you could get one that didn't come off a loaf of bread and it'd be flatter, or you could work it and make it flat. Okay, so what I did was I slid it up under there and I pushed it up here real close like that, and then I stitched it right along there on my sewing machine. And I'll show you an up close of it right there. Now I'm thinking about, because I will want to wash this, that's the whole purpose of making it, I may go in and do like a reinforcement stitch down here on the ends so that when I do wash it, the wire won't come out. So you put that up there and then you're going to stitch that there. Then you measure on your face. Now what I did was, because I'm using these ponytails and that's shorter, I'm going to want the side of it to come right in front of my ears. Because what you're going to do, what did I do with the hair ties? There they are. Okay, so because what you're going to do is you're going to slip this on like this. Okay. You see how we're doing this now? And what you do is you slip both pieces on and then try it on your face like that to see where you need to stitch it. Alright, so I'm going to set these to the side. Now here's where this can be very easy. You haven't had to cut anything, and so far you've only had to fold. Now you can do a stitch here. You can do a whip stitch over and over and over like that to stitch this in, or you can use a single straight stitch across like that if you wanted to hand sew it. Okay, now once you have seen where you want your side pieces to be, you can do just what you call a basting stitch, and it's just a loose stitch where you just stitch it like that, okay, like that, and then you tie, and then you reinforce it and tie that off. Okay, so you've got you a gather right there. Now you've tied it off really well because you made your gather, and then you folded it over like this. Now again, you take your needle and you can do an overhand whip stitch. Now it's quite thick now right here, so it may take a little work, but then you just go along and you hand stitch it around that if you don't have a sewing machine. So now I'm going to put this together like this. Okay, so then once you have done that, you can leave this on. It's a soft protection on your cheeks. This hits at about where your cheeks are. But if you'll look, you can still pull that up. And if you wanted to get some of those charcoal filters, you could pull your little pocket out like that and then fold that back down. Now, I'm going to put on my bandana one. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And y'all will have to forgive me because I look pretty rough right now.